Hey everybody, Super Squee here, back for more big list stuff. I want to try to fly through this again. I feel like these should just be quick, short little videos typically, unless I just really have something to say about whatever I consumed. So here we go. When I first watched this movie, I was only 12. To be honest, most of my young life, I thought no girl was ever going to like me. I thought I'd die a virgin. This movie actually showed 12-year-old me that you shouldn't, and this is a quote from the movie, put the pussy on a pedestal. Basically, don't build sex up to be something bigger than it is. Sex can be beautiful and loving and simple, or it can be crazy and carnal and lustful, like it's just a thing, like any other. And it's different for everyone, but don't build it up into something super special and make yourself sick over it. It can be special, but don't let it freak you out. And I think that's just good life advice in general. So, apparently I never made a post for this one because I didn't pay attention, and I thought I did. I really genuinely thought I made a post for this, which makes me believe that Facebook might be deleting some of my posts for some reason because they're offensive or some shit. Like, since there's a gun in the poster, I think it might have gotten deleted because I realized my Deadpool post actually got deleted a while back too, and I don't know if it got deleted again or if it's just at the bottom of this stuff now. So, we're gonna just talk about this then. So I thought this was a really funny movie. It has to do with one of the founding fathers of National Lampoon, and it's kind of like an alternate history type of thing, where it's like, what if he lived longer than he did or not? Because it's like, there's another person narrating the movie as him, if he lived longer than the point that he supposedly committed suicide. He probably did commit suicide from the stuff that I understand, but there were a bunch of people that said he wouldn't do that, and there were a bunch of people that said he would do that, but this movie's real fun. There are titties in it, nice titties. That's not important, but they're there. If you're one of those people that's like, how many boobs are in this movie? I think there's like 4 boobs in this movie that you get to see. And there's a lot of great like comedic actors playing other great comedic actors in this movie, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm not huge on National Lampoon shit, but it was a good movie, and I know a little bit more about National Lampoon as a whole. This movie is so fucking beautiful. I cried for like 10 minutes straight at the end. Maybe longer. Jesus fucking Christ. I loved this movie. So like, if you have not seen this movie, if you love Disney, Pixar, you like other cultures, you like fucking music, you like to cry and look at really gorgeous like visual porn. Like, if you like art, watch this fucking movie. Like, you owe it to yourself. Just watch this fucking movie. So I have not seen this. I have not seen the final season yet. I am at the season before that, where spoilers, but like where God is just like, fuck you, I did all this on purpose and like was trying to have fun, and now you're gonna do what I want you to. And they're like, how about you suck our dick? And God's like, fine, I'll just blow up the universe because who gives a shit. But at this point, I had watched the season that had the Scooby-Doo episode, so I am insanely surprised that I still love Supernatural. It isn't perfect, but for something that has gone on for 13 seasons and just got renewed for another one, I'm honestly flabbergasted that it hasn't fallen into the pit that shows that barely reached 4 seasons fall into. My hat's off to the writers and actors, and I'm happy that they still throw out wilder and wilder shit that never gets talked about in this season. It makes me hopeful for future story arcs. Also, Scooby-Doo episode is so nice. I feel like the show has a problem of you could put it on in the background, which is an issue I find with like Doctor Who, some of it as well, where it's like, it's not necessarily that any of it's bad, but there are real big ups and downs with the different seasons and story arcs and shit that's going on. But as a whole, I really do enjoy Supernatural, and I think it's a pretty great show. Okay, so fucking Jared Leto is real weird, but I like him and a lot of things he's been in, and I really enjoyed this movie. It's like a movie about the Yakuza, and he is like a POW or something that helps another one of the main characters get out of prison, so he kind of like owes him something, and then he ends up eventually joining the Yakuza, which is why he's the outsider. He's like the white guy, and he ends up like proving his worth at some point because he actually cuts off his finger like they normally would. So like it's kind of a slow movie. It's like a slow burn, but I really enjoy this movie and I think it's super cool. Everyone in this movie is a cutie except for Orochi. Fuck that guy. This makes me want to play the Yakuza games even more. At this point, I had played no Yakuza games. Now I have played the first one. It's very good. You should play Yakuza. You should watch this movie. This movie starts kind of cool and then just becomes, quote unquote, what the fuck is this movie? I don't like this movie. It looked like it was going places. I thought it was going to some cool places. It kind of did, but then it didn't, and I feel like whoever made it was just like, hey, Netflix needs some more garbage to shovel, so like, here, let's give it to them. Or Netflix was like, we need more garbage to shovel, so they're like, here's some money, we're gonna shovel your garbage. The Power of Tank Girl is a wonderful collection of Tank Girl comics. I'd always been fascinated with the character, but outside tidbits about her creator being one of the members of the Gorillaz and Blur, I really didn't know much about her or her comics. I watched the old movie, which objectively I remember loving just for the sheer strangeness of it. I recently finally got around to finishing this collection, and this was right at the end, and I needed it. I really did. So, I don't have the picture here, but I had a picture that I took of the book myself. It's just like a poem, and it says, "You are loved. You are beaten, you're berated, you are tortured and isolated, you are caught, you're dissected, you are tested, you're infected, you are bought, you are sold, you're too young, you're too old, but you are loved by me and Booga, we both think you are super." And at the moment in time that I read this, I really needed that, and it's a really fun collection of comics. I can't tell you if there was like an overarching story because it goes all the fuck over the place. But I love the characters and the art, and it was wonderful. So I actually played Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix as part of the HD remaster collection that was on PS3, because at this time I had not gotten the PS4 version. The only difference is like a theater mode, and I think there's certain bug fixes, and like obviously I think it runs at a higher frame rate, like it's more stable because it's on the PS4. But otherwise, it's like identical between the PS3 and the PS4. A long, long time ago, when I was a wee 10-year-old boy, I picked up a game case in Walmart and thought, a really cool-looking RPG. Wait, is that Cloud? I looked to the back corner of the case and noticed Square Enix, and I thought to myself, a thought I feel many have when seeing Kingdom Hearts for the first time. Disney and Final Fantasy. What? I absolutely love the music. It makes me feel so many feels. The art style is so nice, and I just am always baffled by how spiky-haired Square Enix child and Donald and Goofy can party up with each other and not seem strange. Funny enough, when I was really young and didn't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, except it was Disney properties, I made my own Kingdom Hearts comics where the characters just traveled between different time periods, and basically the main villain was just Chimeramon from Digimon. I recommend this game to anyone who has a PS2, PS3, or PS4. If you have a PS2 and you can't speak Japanese or you're not emulating it, then I believe all the dialogue in this is in English, but the original Final Mix version is a Japanese exclusive game. But the fully translated awesome versions, if you have a PS3 or a PS4, you have the ability to play them as part of the Final Mix or the story so far or the the fucking collections that they have. But I really recommend this game. This is a show I didn't think I was going to like and then liked it a lot. The way I handle watching things like DC's Legends of Tomorrow is by thinking of them on the same standard of, say, a DC animated show or film. It can get really goofy, but I love the actors. Most of the time the characters are well portrayed and fun, and it is good background noise when you don't want to watch something extra serious. Also, the CGI is pretty decent for a TV show. Nothing to write home about, but doesn't make my eyes bleed when I look at it either. So this is part of like the greater Arrowverse of series of things. One of the few shows on there I haven't watched is The Arrow because it didn't grab my attention. I love The Flash. I love this. I've started watching Supergirl. I like comics and shit now. I didn't used to. I think I went over that in another video. But anyways, that's basically it. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.